About to do this radio show live with these lovely people out here in the Seattle area. You guys tune in. That works out perfect.
Welcome to our show. I'm your host, Sarah Riley.
And I'm your co-host, Isaac Stegman, and this is The Real Deal Radio Show.
Thanks for tuning in. It's our goal to have top industry professionals on the show to share with you their success in business and also their life story. Really just get to the real deal. Other than that, everything's good. The Advent calendar is in full effect at the Riley house.
Nice.
Have you seen my posts? Do you follow me, Isaac?
Of course. And
I don't know. I'm going to have to go see if you liked any of my things.
I don't like anything.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'll have to step up my game to get a like. I earned an Isaac like.
So I keep coaching you on that. I'm like, Sarah, you just need more things.
I know, that's what you always tell me.
I do.
You're like, don't read that book, Essentialism.
No.
Just do more.
Just get more hobbies.
Yeah.
And another job.
Just do as much as you can. Don't
Yeah.
sleep. What about you? What's going on with you?
I'm just enjoying the nice weather, and we've got lots of business stuff happening, which is pretty cool. Got a merger that we're doing.
Merger?
Yeah, which we're going to announce
fancy.
very soon.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. And, magazine stuff and this, and we got Josh Perry in town, which is exciting. One of my best buds from North Carolina today.
I know. I can't wait to talk to him.
Yeah, so just picked him up from the airport and came here.
Nice.
Yep. Sarah's great at that, and she's yeah. So if you need any idea,
you need ideas. I'm the woman.
Sarah's the woman.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping busy. I'm taking your advice.
Good.
And everyone's talking about how quiet and slow they are right now. We are slammed.
Mm-hmm. You're rocking it.
We're rocking.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's business to be had.
Oh yeah, it's not like people don't buy homes in December.
Right, because homes are on sale in December. That's what I say.
That's right.
Anyways.
That's right.
Well, we have our moment of appreciation now.
Oh.
Thanks for that coaching moment.
You're welcome. You want to go first this week?
Oh, I don't have any. No, I don't want to. No, I do. I don't want to go first.
Again. I'll go first.
But okay. So first of all, just so you guys all know who we have in studio, we have Josh Perry, who is a former professional BMX athlete and now a health coach. Okay, and then we also have Danny. Is it Robinette?
That's correct.
Okay. And she's a real estate agent with the Ben Kinney team out of Keller Williams. So they're here for a moment of appreciation. We're going to talk to them more later in the show. But so you're up, Isaac.
Yeah. So I'm going to appreciate Josh today.
Oh.
Not just because he's my good friend.
Because he's here right now in front of you?
Just because he's here in front of me right now. No, because Josh is my kind of health and performance coach. And I got to meet him at a guild event a while back. And immediately friends. I mean, I think we were friends before we even started talking. It was kind of one of those things, and just immediately hit it off. Really connected on a lot of levels, and since then I've started kind of adopting the things that he teaches, and I've always felt like, I'm pretty healthy. I was an athlete, played 4 sports growing up, and so I'm like, I'm good. But then really looking at how do I want to be especially as a coach. You have a certain level of accountability to your clients. Then if I started recommending Josh to a lot of people, and then I'm like, if I'm recommending Josh to a lot of people, I got to start doing this stuff myself at a higher level and holding myself to a higher level than I'm asking my clients to engage with Josh. And so in Maui, he came out to Maui with us. So he came to Hawaii, to Oahu in the spring, great mastermind that we had there, and then came to Maui. And since I recommitted, I was like 90%-ish. I was doing most of the things well, but I was kind of shirking my accountability with him, hiding every once in a while. And in Maui, I basically said, I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm just going all in with this, 100%. What's it going to feel like to be 100% with this? And since Maui, I'm down 10 and a half pounds, I think, right now. And that's been a month and a half? Not even a month and a half.
Yeah.
And there's so many other success stories from people that I've recommended Josh to. But that, not only that, but I feel so good. And just wanted to say how much I appreciate you not going easy on me all the time and consistently challenging me by who you are, who you show up as, how you live, and just the way that you hold that space with people. It's really impressive, and I appreciate that.
That's so cool.
So that was a little bit longer than our normal moments of appreciation, but
it's a love moment.
I'm feeling extra little man crush over here.
Okay, Josh, you're up, but you need to stand about a fist away from the mic and tell us what you're appreciative for.
Similar to Isaac, I'm just grateful to be here and for us to have met because, like Isaac was saying, it felt like we had known each other all that time that we didn't know that we knew each other. And it's interesting because when you live life and you show up in life as you want, like I say, be the change you want to see. When you start acting that way, you start attracting people, events, and opportunities in your life that click and make sense. And so I'm just super grateful for my life journey and my perspective on life to continue moving forward to become the best version of myself, and to all the great people that it's opened up into my life, like Isaac, and then meeting all of you for the first time. So just appreciative of that, and then just being here today and being able to share.
I love it. Oh,
It's a
there's
bro
so much
moment.
love going
It's a
on.
bro moment.
Okay. I can't help it.
This is yours, by the way.
What is it?
Wow.
Hey, this is your
sweet,
commercial.
thanks.
Oh, here's your commercial.
Functionality of your brain go down? Well, these side effects are all
Yeah,
common
me.
and regularly experienced in today's society.
Did you listen to it?
No.
Oh, I'm like, yeah,
Water's
come
not
on,
your shot.
Josh, help me.
And you're ready to make a change today. Reach out to Josh Perry via
ready to
email,
do the change?
Josh at joshperrybmx.com.
I don't wanna change.
Or on social media
Yes,
at
you
Josh
do.
Cannot be changed.
BMX.
I thought you meant like I was up to like say it, and I was like, I don't.
No, no,
I wasn't prepared for that.
No.
Welcome back to our show. You're tuning into the Real Deal radio show live on 1150 KKNW, and we're here with my good friend Josh Perry. Josh is a former professional BMX athlete, motivational speaker, and certified holistic ketogenic health coach. His strong motivation for living his best and healthiest life stems from multiple brain tumors and injuries over his BMX career, and he's just an all-around awesome guy. So we're so happy to have you on the show today, Josh.
Yeah.
Thanks for the love and support and the kind words. It's an honor to be here, and super excited to be in Seattle for the first time ever, actually.
First time ever?
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
besides a couple of weeks ago, I went to the airport, but I don't think that counts.
Wow. I think
No.
you told me that, and you said, and you're staying with Isaac, and I said, well, Isaac doesn't live in Seattle. He's like in the
Well,
woods.
everyone
When you're
said
from
that.
North Carolina and you say Granite Falls, people just kind of stare at you, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even know if Granite Falls is considered the greater
when
Seattle
you're in
area.
Seattle and you say Granite Falls, people kind of stare at you.
Well, I didn't know where it was.
No,
It's
It's a-
far
yeah.
away.
closer than Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. Well, how's your stay? Well, you just got here, so you haven't done anything fun
What,
yet.
2 hours ago?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
picked him up from the
Besides
airport.
this, obviously.
Came straight to the best thing.
What plans you guys got? What are you guys gonna do? You two boys on the town.
Plans.
Anything fun?
Yeah, we got a holiday party today, and then we have just some client meetings tomorrow. So a lot of my
Oh,
clients,
okay.
Josh also coaches, and so we're meeting with a lot of those people because some of them he hasn't connected with in person yet.
That's cool.
And then spending the weekend just doing fun stuff. Probably get out there, especially if it's nice weather, do some hiking and things, and then back to he's got a couple podcasts that he's going to be on Monday, right? Well, I'll let you
Yeah.
answer that, but yeah, you got some stuff going on too while you're here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just on Isaac's schedule, and then Monday I have different podcasts scheduled, but that's about it. So I'm just here to enjoy the ride and explore.
Cool.
Enjoy the ride. Say this
Yeah.
BMX joke right there.
Well, let's talk about your story because it's pretty remarkable. And so I think, letting the listeners know just how you got into BMX racing and then from there, the path that took you to health coaching because it's incredible. So,
Yeah, so long story short, I grew up in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and like most kids out there, got into playing baseball. Little league and baseball is massive in Cape, so
okay.
started there, got into basketball, and then when I was like 11, 12, went to the skate park, skateboard, rollerblades, and then I saw older kids, specifically my older cousin and his friends riding BMX bikes on ramps, and I was like, oh, like that looks a lot cooler. And you don't have to worry about like little pebbles on a skateboard throwing you over onto the ground, so
Yeah.
you go in the woods and all that. So it was interesting because it was like it looked fun, and it became like a means of transportation, a means of escape from negativity, and then it just turned from a hobby to a passion, took over my life to where I stopped playing school sports, and at the same time I was going to a technical high school for landscaping, working landscaping, and got an ultimatum from my boss one day to pick between BMX or his company, and it was a no-brainer, so I just picked BMX and moved to Greenville, North Carolina to train with Dave Mira and the other pros I looked up to, and became friends, competitors, and they mentored me, and it was awesome. I had a lot of success, X Games, traveling the world, on TV, making money, riding my bike, like living my dream. And then a day of training, fell and hit my head trying a new trick and got knocked out, had to go get an MRI. And now a year prior to that, I've been going to the emergency room, emergency care, multiple times, the debilitating migraines, headaches, vision loss, throwing up, like classic symptoms of a brain tumor. So, they kept saying, no, you're fine, you're young, you don't need a scan, you're healthy, you're an athlete. I was 21 at this time. You just have headaches. A lot of people have headaches. It's normal. Here are some pain pills, go home, need more, come back. So that, moving forward, March 2010, fell and hit my head one day, and that crash saved my life, because if I didn't hit my head, I would be dead, because I had to get an MRI. They accidentally found a massive brain tumor taking up the left side of my brain, and that's where it all started. And that's what, kick-started my whole journey of personal growth and self-development and holistic health, specifically a ketogenic diet, was because of that event. And, I'm super grateful for it, because, like I said, had I not fallen, I don't know if I'd be here.
And that wasn't the only one either.
No, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got back to riding 5 weeks later, actually. The skull requires about 4 weeks to fuse back together. That blew my mind. And I thought best case scenario, about a year, I'd be back on my bike, 5 weeks, competing another 8 weeks. Then 2 years later, I'm in India doing demos with some friends, and got the report from a MRI checkup that 2 areas had grown back from the complications of the original tumor wrapping around my artery and my optic nerve. And they couldn't risk hitting either of them for many reasons, but paralysis, stroke, and death were at the top. So
it's right up there.
Yeah. And so the surgeon was like, yeah, it's just residual cell growth. Like, it's going to be the same risk, if not more, because they're so small now. It just doesn't make sense, so you should look into radiation. I didn't really like that, so I call it Dr. Google, and found a technology called gamma knife radiosurgery, and it's basically just radio waves that they can pinpoint with the computer to treat the area, and for 4 years it shrunk, and they become stable ever since. So that was the second time. The third time, now along this journey, I'm learning so much about nutrition and fitness and mindset, mindfulness, meditation, all these things like that create a holistic health approach. And the third diagnosis was February 2017, so almost 2 years now. And that is what sparked my interest for adopting and learning more about the ketogenic diet. And a year later, follow-up MRI showed no progression of the 2 new tumors. The other 2 were still stable from the gamma knife, which is great. Most people will see they stabilize, but in my case, they shrunk first, so that was great. And then adopting the ketogenic lifestyle, the 2 new tumors didn't need any surgery, any meds, or any treatment, just all lifestyle change, and that's where I've become really passionate about it and shared it with others.
Wow. So incredible. See, I told you it was an incredible story.
Yeah. So explain to people, what is the ketogenic diet?
So the most simplest way to explain it is it's a high-fat, moderate protein, very low-carb diet that takes you from sugar burning to fat burning. So you predominantly start burning fat for fuel, and the byproducts of that is just a cleaner internal biology, and that's like a simple version.
Yeah.
Well, so are you still BMX racing or athlete? No.
Yeah. So technically I don't race. I do all the tricks and stuff, but I still ride pretty regularly. I don't ride every day. I train in the gym 5 days a week, but I ride a couple days a week just to maintain my level of riding. If I want to compete, it would just take some more conditioning work, get on the bike, more days than not. But that's not really a priority of mine. So I can still do all the same tricks. So
I was watching yesterday's live on Instagram, and that was pretty sick.
Yeah, and that was just I think it was Leo from Argentina. Him and I were just having a little session. There was like one skateboarder, but it was just the rest of the park open to us. So had some fun.
What's your favorite trick to do in BMX?
Probably the 2 you saw in the beginning, the 720. So you just spin around two times in the air, and the backflip tail whip. So those took me a lot of work to first land and then perfect, and now they're just kind of weird that they're staples of my tricks now. I love them.
Wow. I'm like, don't even know what those things are. I'm gonna have to go watch you.
I could probably do that.
Yeah, let me think about it.
That's a CrossFit thing, right?
Why do you always bring up CrossFit?
It is fun.
Always. Okay, so besides, being a BMX athlete, you're now a health coach. So let's talk a little bit about that. You're speaking and health coaching, but it's different than, it's generally towards the keto diet, right?
Yeah, so that's what I specialize in, I focus on, because I'm passionate about it, and it's helped transform my life and my health and, other friends, family, and clients now. But at the end of the day, it all revolves around the same basic principles of eating real whole food, drinking more water, moving your body, less stress, and all those factors. So the keto part is just like an advanced technique that I don't even start my clients there for the most part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's just it won't work. Like to switch your body from sugar burning to fat burning is a stress response to the brain. And if you're coming from anywhere even close to where I came from, of the amounts of sugar and alcohol and stress and not taking care of yourself in that aspect, trying to transition that quickly will go the other way. So yeah, it's just about getting the whole foods, the water, purposeful movement, and starting from there.
And we say ketogenic diet, but it's not like a diet like you would normally think about a diet. It's more like a
Lifestyle.
I'm opting into this lifestyle
Mhm.
of just eating more mindfully
Mhm.
100%.
and being more conscious and aware of what I eat and what the effects it has on me.
Yeah, and it's a great tool or lifestyle. So, one of my clients, Miles, he's 23, went from 3 to 5 seizures a day, 2 years of no drugs, surgeries, or drugs and surgeries no work. It just kept having the seizures. We've been working together for a little while now, but now he's at the point where he gets one every 2 or 3 weeks that are less severe and less, they don't last as long. So that's pretty profound. And then other clients of mine got off their type 2 diabetes meds and now are just like liberated from that. And with myself, it's not like I don't have seizures, I don't have a weight loss journey. It's more about, the protection of my brain and the damage I've done to it. And that's the other cool aspect of ketones, which are the byproducts of burning fat. And that's where you get keto. They can help the cells in your brain that are glucose impaired, meaning they can't use sugar to fuel themselves. They can help become an alternative fuel source. So that way neurons will come back and do their job. Cells will signal and become healthier overall, have more performance cognitively and more energy, less stress in the brain. So you're just happier. So there's so many benefits to it. It's just a matter of like what the person's goal is and what they're trying to accomplish and how they want to do it.
And the results can be pretty incredible too. I mean, can you talk about just case studies, a couple of the clients that you have that have had some remarkable changes?
Yeah, so like I said, there's 2 things I look at. It's like a tool or lifestyle. So like Miles, for example, it's a lifestyle now. It's like there's no, like even if he does have a little bit of sugar or too much starch, it could trigger a seizure. So he doesn't want that. So it's just an option. It's not an option to go back. And he understands like the health benefits of it and just he feels better overall. Now the other side, it can be a tool. So keto is becoming super popular because of the body composition, weight loss. I like to say removal because in my mind, loss means we want it back. But so
I like that.
it's a tool
Noble.
to get ideal body composition and to increase endurance and strength. And then later on, you can do what's called targeted keto. You can have, X amount of grams of, some sweet potato or berries or indulge in some nuts before a purposeful exercise. And that'll help enhance, certain sports and things like that. So for myself, I follow it as like a lifestyle, and I'm happy with my body composition, my energy, my sleep, and all my recovery. And so I'll live keto pretty much full time just because I know what it's doing for my brain. But then if I want to have a little bit of, sweet potato or something like that, or if I do want to indulge once in a while, like a holiday or something, if I'm feeling it, cool. It won't be detrimental to me because I'll get right back on track the next day. And it's just a lifestyle. You want to enjoy your life. So there is some structure and discipline, time being, to meet your goal. But then thereafter, there's interventions that aren't going to affect you negatively.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And you have ways that people can coach with you, right? But you've actually put together a program now where people can go through a course that you teach online.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so I read a book called The Go-Giver, and it taught you like your net worth is based on how many lives you impact positively and how much value you give. And so I was like, man, this one-on-one coaching, it's pretty cool. I'm helping people. They're making improvements, but how do I reach the masses? Like, how do I help more people? And I'm like, well, social media is a tool, and I have a pretty large following, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm always providing as much free value as I can with my posts. So why not create something that is like I can create and it's just up there, and then people can be a part of it if they want and get value from it. So yeah, I created a 12-week video-based course, and it comes with all the PDFs and strategies and all that stuff, and a Facebook group. And I do my best right now while it's new until it starts growing. I do my best to stay in personal contact with each one of the people that sign up so far. But it's just my way of being able to help more lives than just you can only help so many people at once within an hour.
Right.
And if you're doing that one-on-one, how many people in a day can you really help? So.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, that went by super fast. We need to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking with Danny and Josh. Thank you so much for being on the show, man, today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
We're still talking to Josh when we come back.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
buttons.
You didn't pay
Do you
attention.
struggle with 425
Why did I hear my commercials sound so smart now?
Get inspired every hour right here on Alternative Talk 1150.
All right, we're back on the Real Deal Radio Show live on 1150 KKNW, and we're talking to Josh Perry.
You're right. I was wrong.
I didn't say it
I
though.
was wrong.
You just
It's
owned
okay.
it.
I knew you wanted to.
I
yeah.
did, but I
You
didn't.
wanted to point it out, and you didn't. I was very gracious.
Extreme
okay.
ownership.
Yeah. Ball on the sword. No, we're still talking to Josh. We are going to talk to Danny in just a short bit, but we're still going to talk to Josh some more about his health coaching and
Awesome.
and all his things. Because you have more. You're doing speaking engagements as
Yeah.
well, right? And I'm kind of curious how you became an expert in this area. Was it self-taught? Did you take classes? You know, because you're out speaking about keto and brain health. But what got you to that point where you had the knowledge to talk on it?
So it started, as like curiosity. It was like,
Uh-huh.
like out of fear, like how do I prevent the brain tumors coming back? And then it just turned into a passion to where I started enrolling in courses. And since then, I've bought tons of books and I've just, gone through the courses, educated myself. But now I'm finding I'm reverse engineering my path like I did with BMX with the keto community and the leading researchers and doctors that are leading this movement, doing the studies, and that I'm partnering with them to take the information from them and then put it into terms that we can all understand and
Right.
promote it. So the way that speaking happened was, ever since 2010 when I got diagnosed, doing BMX interviews and stuff, it's just been natural for me to share. And once I started noticing that sharing my story was helping people that not only were going through cancer or tumors, but maybe an injury or maybe, I had, older gentlemen tell me, oh man, you got me motivated to get back on the bike after all these years, or they might have failed a test, like some type of adversity, sharing helped them have a sense of not feeling alone and feeling that they could do something, and to, see what I was going through and overcoming it to do what I loved. It gave them a sense of, not inspiration, but inspiration to take action. And so it just, aligns with my vision to help people now. Like I want to help serve and support others through what I've gone through, because I don't want people to suffer like I was and potentially die and be told at any age, let alone 21, you're going to die. Like,
Yeah.
so speaking just, someone asked me to come out and give a talk, and then now I've given a couple talks this year, my first year doing it. Actually, one of them was at Dr. Eric Westman's Keto Summit in Durham, North
Wow.
Carolina, and that was amazing because he's one of the pioneers of this movement, and someone I look up to a lot. So moving forward, it just seems like a natural next step. Now that I'm not competing, is just speaking and working on a book now, actually too. So trying to get the message out there and use my story and what I've learned to help people, really inspire a new perspective and action. That's my main goal.
That's awesome.
And even though you're not competing, you still perform.
Yeah.
Like you just performed at the Duke game.
Yeah, Duke men's
recently.
basketball halftime show the other night, and then I'll actually be doing the opposing team, Carolina, on the 15th. But I love it, and performing. Like I just love being able to ride my bike and to be able to share BMX to new audiences. Like means everything to me, because it's still a really small sport, and then being able to share both my passions in one. Metabolic Health Summit in January, end of January. It's a 4-day keto summit. All the top doctors, researchers, scientists, entrepreneurs, influencers are going to be there, and I'm performing and speaking and attending, and that's amazing to me, because to be able to combine my love for BMX and keto in one event, it's just, super grateful.
You have a really great platform because people know you as an athlete. They can see, what you overcome, what you've done with your health, and you're still performing. So, you're out there in front of so many people, and then you get to share your passion of health coaching. So I'm sure it's going to just blow up.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And, like one of my core beliefs is health is internal. I don't have a weight loss journey. I have an internal health crisis journey, if you want to call it that. And so now I'm partnering with other people that do have the weight loss journey, and we're combining because we're like the missing link to one another. So, it's just like judging a book by its cover is like, we've all been told don't do that. And so being able to use my story of just that, of course my body composition has improved, quite a bit from adopting a ketogenic lifestyle just because of the underlying mechanism of how it works, but I didn't have a weight loss journey. I had something going on, and that's why I'm passionate about medical imaging as well, because had I not hit my head and got a scan and kept on that path, I'd be dead right now. And so, definitely, I don't know, it's a privilege to be able to share my journey and have people say thank you for sharing and like taking value from it. So,
You're such a cool guy.
I
So
appreciate it.
you are.
Don't try to butt in here.
Oh, do you have something to say?
No.
Just
saying.
Oh, you mean the bro love?
The bro love.
Oh.
Yeah.
No one can love him as much as you do. Don't worry.
Jackie might fight you.
Yeah, there's no threat. Well,
He is taken, just so you guys know.
I just totally forgot. You made me forget what I was curious about, your clients. Did you have any specific client that you're targeting, or is it really anyone that wants help in, not just brain health, but fitness health?
Yeah, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Like, my passion's the brain. So if I can help someone increase their brain health, productivity goes up, cognitive function, energy, sleep, and like all those things. But really, when it comes down to it, someone that wants to improve their body composition, they want to drop X amount of pounds, that actually, it's interesting. Dr. Perlmutter and Daniel Amen have shown this with scans. As your body weight goes up in the terms of excess body fat, the size and functionality of your brain decreases. And they can show that now with modern technology. So people that want to improve their health overall, specifically with their body composition or their cognitive function, that's who I want to work with, because that's exactly what I'm passionate about, and what my journey comes from is the brain. So, and also when you work on the brain, everything else is just a byproduct. It just trickles down. So,
Right.
Yeah.
People don't naturally think that when they're trying to, remove weight.
Right. Good
I had to think
catch.
for a minute. Remove weight. They don't necessarily think about, so it's great you're educating them, and because they're like, oh, I just want to lose weight. I don't really, brain health, cool. But it all starts there, so.
When I learned the hard way, because we can't see our brain, we don't think that it can be injured. But something as simple as stressing every day, I'm not going to get into the science of it, but it destroys your brain over time. And that's the hard sell. It's like, oh, I'm fine now. Well, it's like, well, what about in like 10 years? What about next week? So, yeah, we can't see it doesn't mean you can't harm it.
That's awesome. So what about ways that people can get hold of you?
Yeah.
How can people find you?
I'm most active on Instagram, but every social media that's out there that I do have, it's just Josh Perry BMX. My website's joshperrybmx.com, but like I said, I'm most active on Instagram, so comments, DMs, probably the easiest way, because I'll actually see it and respond in due time. But I try to make sure I get back to everyone, so social for now, and the website, actually.
Wow. What about Kaizen? Can they get to him through Kaizen?
Yeah, so we're building the new site right now, and it's going to be kaizencoaching.com/Josh Perry.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
exciting.
awesome.
Yeah.
Another service that Kaizen offers.
Another service. Yeah, if you just call me, I'll put up your own webpage there, and
I was gonna say it all aligns with the vision, but then
Then
it
you
does.
were there.
It does.
It does align with the vision.
Because we're all about consistent improvement and performance, and your physical and mental health is so much a part of that, right? If those things are not being taken care of, you're never going to operate in peak state. You're never going to hit the goals the way that you could have if you were functioning in an optimal way.
Yeah.
Right.
like you said, it's not a one and done diet that's just like 6 weeks and you're done. It's a lifestyle. Like, there's always challenges. I travel a lot, so it's like being prepared, finding options. It's like your body's changing as we age. That a lot of things change as we age. So it's just a lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's a big challenge for a lot of people probably that are listening too in the real estate community and mortgage communities, is that always on the go.
Yep.
How do I manage that, the nutrition aspect of my life? Because it's hard. It's really hard.
That's why you need a coach.
It's hard, but that's what my goal is.
Yeah.
My belief is our reality is a manifestation of our choices. If you choose to be uneducated, unprepared, you're gonna find those obstacles that are gonna stop you from your goals. But once you have the education, and the awareness, it's up to you to make that choice. You can go one way or the other, and so that's what it comes down to.
Jeez, Josh.
Gosh.
Speak the harsh truth. Fine. I'll prioritize.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way, so I'm trying to share the easy way.
I love it. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. It was really great to have you, and we'll have information how people get a hold of you for coaching on the website too. So
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity to share, and it's been great meeting you. We've
yeah,
been talking
you
for a little
too.
while now. But
I know we have. Yeah, I know. We go way back, you
Yeah.
and I, Josh.
Mhm.
Well,
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and go to break, and when we come back, we have Danny on with the Sarah Skinny.
yeah. Stay tuned.
Sorry, I lost where we were at.
Do you struggle